Thank you so much for taking my point of view. Well, these were individual decisions, and the party did not instruct, or the prime minister or the chief minister did not instruct any of those ministers to resign. They just felt that it is a time where they need to be a part of the campaign, and therefore they resigned. According to my knowledge, I think that a party which is building a narrative that the ECP is not neutral and that there is, state machinery is being used to rig the election seems to be building grounds for their defeat. And all these announcements and apprehensions coming from PTI, them trying to build a narrative rather than providing evidence to ECP on such allegations, which we're not seeing happening. But so it seems that the PTI is building the grounds for their defeat. We are confident that we will win a majority of number of seats, and we feel it is the narrative, it is the reality that the 4 years of misgovernance of PTI, the mess that we're trying to clean up, the fact that we've turned around the economy, which was heading towards the Sri Lanka-like disaster. We still have big challenges. There's inflation. There's a super commodity cycle happening all over the world. So, but apart from that, we feel that the people of Pakistan are intelligent enough to realize that we have the decisions we have made for the betterment of Pakistan, and we will
Right.
be taking
Rana
the
Sahab, I have a
economy.
question for you. I'm glad that you actually mentioned the super cycle that is affecting the entire world. And you must have also seen the Prime Minister's tweet regarding the petroleum prices. At this moment, our understanding is that the agreement or the deal with the IMF is still to be sealed. So it will take a couple of weeks more to actually finalize. At that time, deciding to bring down the petroleum prices, is it not dangerous for the economy? And do you see that your detractors might see it in connection with the election in Punjab, sir?
Firstly, I think that the reason, the target to collect the petroleum levy, we know that it is a high target. It is around 700 billion, and the plan is to increase the levy over a period of time. But as you know, that the prices are linked with the international prices, and there has been a drop in the international prices. Hence, there is a little bit of space to give relief to the people of Pakistan, and that was the background of where the Prime Minister thinks that this relief is well deserved for the people of Pakistan. But even if we would have kept them at the same level, I would have supported that decision. But the Prime Minister feels the people need relief in these tough times, and hence it was decided that as the space is available because of the fall in the crude oil prices, so hence this relief is coming.
Yeah,
All right.
Rana Saab, as a student of politics, of course, I've always talked about democracy and advocated democracy, and of course,
Today is not, right?
for democracy, elections and by-elections, they are sort of a food for democracy. Looking at the current situation, of by-elections, of course, there are 2-3 concerns which I want to share, and I want
Sure.
your say as well on that. Number one, of course, the security situation in coming days, because it is expected that the by-election would be a very heated by-election, because it is going to decide the fate of the coming days. So the security, and the second one, the process by the election commission, of course, and you were right pointing out that PTI has already started talking about it, that the state is sort of ECP is taking sides. So what would be your stance, your party's stance later on after the elections, because it is evident that if PTI loses, there will be slogans regarding that as well. The third one, I wanted to ask about. Usually, we see that in every election, especially the by-elections, PML-N is very good at getting joining hands from other parties as well. As the reports are coming from Jung, that one of the religious political party, it has joined PML-N. Are there any more joiners? Can you please enlighten us on that? Out of 20 seats, where would be more joiners?
All
I
right.
think we have a majority in 16 seats, and we should be winning them. And the coalition is there. The People's Party is supporting us in these by-elections in Punjab, and we have support from other political parties as well. So definitely there is an advantage over there. And your first question, that we are following the code of conduct of the election commission, and whatever they are asking from the government, we are fulfilling them. We are lending them that support to make sure that the security, whatever ECP has required, we will provide them on the election day. And Hamza Saab has already assured the Supreme Court that there will be no use of state machinery for any advantage of PML-N. So rest assured, everyone is watching these by-elections, and we will make sure that they are peaceful, and the elections are in the hands of the ECP. And whatever support they want, whatever demands they have, the government is going to fulfill them. And no one can shut anyone's mouth on what they want to, what narrative they want to build. But sadly, this has been a tradition of Pakistan, that whatever party loses, it blames the winning party that there was rigging. But we will ensure that no such thing happens from our side.
All right. Rana Sahab, can you also let us know whether or not there is a way of convincingly carrying out the elections in such a way that perhaps if any objections are even raised, however baseless, they can be argued against, and there can be evidence provided against that when we talk about free and fair elections and that we're confident that they happen, we can actually also back that with evidence. And secondly, there are of course news and reports coming in with regards to factions within the PML-N as well, and then of course whether or not the coalition is as strong as is being portrayed. Can you also comment on that, and whether or not there are factions within the PML-N existing on various decisions?
Well, I think, the Election Commission is an independent institute, and it is a neutral institute, and the head of the Election Commission was appointed by the PTI government. And I think, they are fully empowered to act on any evidence provided about rigging, and they have all remedies available. The law is there, and the PTI has been part of that system. So they have been talking good about this election commission when it suited them, and now they're talking bad about it when it doesn't suit them, or when they feel that they're on the losing end. So I think ECP is the forum of remedy. They can provide all and every remedy to any complaints or any proof or evidence that PTI may provide to the election commission. We have nothing to do with that.
Rana Sahab, would it be a very good exercise for the next year's general elections?
Yes, I think this election on 20 seats is one of the biggest by-elections ever. So in a way, this is an exercise for the general elections. But let's hope that they are peaceful, and let's hope that each party accepts the results, whatever they may be. PML-N should accept where they lose the elections, and PTI should accept where they lose the elections.
Amazingly, this time most of the candidates who are running are the defectors from the previous government. So they are going to run, or their relatives perhaps. They are going to run. They are going to win. And in the end, when 22nd comes, there will be a lot of pressure for them to decide whether they are going to continue with your party because you are incumbents now, or they are going to go with Chaudhry Parvez Elahi. Do you think that that kind of scenario is also possible, and you are actually doing enough that you do not end up campaigning for the enemy's allies?
Pitafi Saab, we believe in the system, and if we're unable to show majority on the 22nd, then we lose the right to govern Punjab, and we will accept that.
That's a very good answer.
Very good answer.
So we accept that. So whatever the results may be, we are willing to face the consequences, and we hope that the other party will do the same. So
Great.